Good morning, everybody, and this is the DAX setups for today. So sorry about yesterday. Actually don't know what was going on with the sound, but anyway, my comment in the video would have got you on the right path. Just needed to pay attention to the levels. We are traveling again from later this week for all of next week, so we'll see if we can pick up a better microphone. At the moment, we are right back at the level that we were looking at yesterday, 16,833. This fall was due to the US CPI coming out not as expected. It was a bit of a surprise. So obviously that is meant that the Feds now have to, do they have to? Well, they play with us, so in their mind they have to, but they have to now hold off on any interest rate cuts and potentially hit us with one more rate hike. So that's kind of where the market is at the moment, and we're going to need to wait to see what's going to transpire there. But from the 8-hour perspective, we are bottom of range as far as I'm concerned. This is a very strong area of support, 16,833. Oscillators have eased off quite nicely, haven't quite crossed over just yet, but there's definitely merit for looking at a potential bottom here. Now I'm going to just keep adding levels as usual, and I just want to bring this pin bar into play, and I'll give you the levels now. You can see there's my pin bar. There's another pin bar that lines up with it, so this is kind of the levels we need to watch. Look at the 3 hours oscillators. We are grouping to downside, so that's oversold and we've crossed over. Concern that I have at the moment is that we do have a decent crossover of the moving averages, and we are below the 150 EMA. So we have resistance above us and we have support right below us. So this is typical of the bottom of a range. Now if we drop down to the hour, we are going to see some bullish structure forming. So we off a level, and that's bottom of range. We have a double bottom forming. The neckline of the double bottom, I'm just going to draw that in as well, and then we'll get to the levels. That's the neckline, and that is at 16,897. Ties up with quite a bit of structure to the left as well. So difficult one. You would have to break above that and get going. Now my experience with the DAX, when this kind of double bottom forms, and if you put the Bollinger Bands on, you'll see that this is a signal, what they call it, a W bottom in the Bollinger Band strategy as well. But my experience is when it does happen on the DAX, it tends to fail more often than it actually tends to reverse. So just keep that in the back of your mind. So for me, we're below the moving averages in hours, so we should be concerned, and we should be looking for potential breaks to the downside. I don't really want to take a break of any of these levels. I'd rather take a rejection of levels higher up. So 15 minutes is the name of the game. Now if you pay attention, we are in amongst the moving averages here. So any move up into this space is going to be treated with a bit of caution. But these levels here that we do need to pay attention to is 16,876. Top of the double bottom is 16,897. Now you see what I mean by double bottom setups on the DAX. Here's a classic example, and if you put the Bollinger Bands on, you will actually see that this is a valid W setup on the Bollinger Bands. But look what happens. We reject the level and we move to the downside. So I'd be a little bit skeptical of moves up at the moment. This is the only bit of structure we've got here, which is 16,879. Now, if we do wake up this morning and the market gets going and we breach 16,833, you're probably going to be held up by 16,800 or 16,805. So those are the levels there. And then obviously you've got one ultimate level at 16,766. So I have a sneaky suspicion we're going to have to break through all of the structure before the market starts really panicking. So if we come back to the hour, just look left, with those levels I've drawn in. Look at all the support here. And even if we do break through that, you've got more support further down. Let's just put a daily chart on quickly. Yeah, so I'm very skeptical of this. I don't think you're going to get a big move to the downside just yet. We've got way too much support below us. What may happen is we may just zigzag between levels. So form sort of mini range, break a mini range, then form structure, break a range. So I think the trend at the moment should be to the downside based on what happened yesterday. But if we do shoot up to the upside and start building a base, then I'm definitely just sitting quietly and we'll wait this out. Possibly even just close a DAX chart for a couple of days, possibly a week or two, before getting back into it. But at the moment, this is just setting up for a painful experience if you do try and second guess where it's going. So yeah, 15-minute chart, pay attention to the 16876. Do pay attention to 16833 as well. But bear in mind you have strong support 16805, 16800, 16766 and 16710. So whatever shorts you do get in, take your profit as quick as possible at these levels, otherwise you are going to get burnt. The converse here, if we do get above 16897, just to prove me wrong with my double bottom here on the 3 hour, no, sorry, on the hour. So just to prove me wrong with this double bottom, then you have a potential measured move of 106 points, and that's we'll find some structure right there which has the potential to take you all the way back to 16996, 1700, which would be a round number target as well. But on the way up, look at all these tails here. You more than likely stand the chance of being ambushed higher up. So if I just do that, and then I do this, and I'm going to put one more in. So you can see this lines up with the 150 as well. So 16951, 16938, 16922. Those are the areas that I'd be paying attention to if you do get a long setup. That's where I'd be getting out and re-looking at this for a move to the downside. So yeah, that's kind of my outlook for today. I think be very cautious. Whatever you do, just halve your position size, your normal position size, and keep your stops even closer than possible. Just in case, and you can just reduce your risk, because I have a feeling it's going to surprise us. Where you think there's going to be support, it's going to fail. Where you think there's going to be resistance, is also going to fail. And the psychology of most of the traders will be go the opposite way, and then it's going to continue in the direction that it was going. So be very, very careful of this, guys. It's sideways. We are in a bigger range, and it's designed to trap you right now. Nobody knows what's going on. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.